This is the MX Board Silent by Cherry MX, a well-known name among PC enthusiasts. How does it perform? Let's find out. First off, let's talk about aesthetics and build quality. This keyboard is unnecessarily chunky. It has an oddly large forehead that serves no real purpose, and the border around most of the keyboard could have done with some trimming down too. If you're starved for desk space, this keyboard is definitely not your best friend. Material-wise, this keyboard feels very cheap, almost flimsy. The keys in the shell appear to be made of a hard plastic and really does not inspire confidence in the longevity of the board. It feels very cheap. There's also no wrist rest either. Honestly, it's very poor aesthetically. While it would be fine if it were a regular old $20, $50 max hardware store keyboard, at $150 MSRP, I consider this unacceptable, especially when Cherry's competitors sell keyboards with sturdy brushed aluminum or metal designs at the same price point. But okay, provided you can get over this first set of issues, you'll want to know how this keyboard performs at typing. In a word, mixed. The first thing I immediately noticed was the lack of bumps on the F and J keys, something which nearly all keyboards have. I struggled to quickly orient my hands on the keys without having to constantly look down on the keyboard. You never really appreciate such a simple feature until you use a keyboard that doesn't have it, and all of a sudden your hands are reaching for oblivion when you lay them down on the keyboard searching for those familiar bumps. I've used this keyboard for a while now, and I'm still not used to it. So then, what about the keys? Well, this keyboard uses Cherry MX's new silent key switches, and they're just that, very silent. Honestly, this is the quietest keyboard I've used. If you're really looking for something that doesn't make a lot of noise, then this is exactly the kind of keys you want. The keys themselves seem to be of good quality, and I would expect no less from Cherry. These switches are linear, meaning the keys slide straight down without any tactile bump to signal when the keys actuate. They actuate when they're roughly halfway depressed. These keys feel nice to type on, although that will depend on your personal taste. The keyboard comes in Cherry MX Silent Red and Black variants, depending on which you prefer. The Reds have less actuation force, while the Blacks have more. Moving on, let's talk about other features of the keyboard. The keyboard is wired and connected via USB, and alternatively includes a PS2 adapter. One of the advantages of mechanical keyboards is N-key rollover, meaning that every key can be pressed and registers an input simultaneously. While this keyboard does have N-key rollover, it seems it's restricted to PS2 connections, using the included adapter. When connected via USB, the keyboard only has 6-key rollover, meaning only 6 keys max can register input simultaneously. Keep this in mind when deciding if this keyboard is right for you. Additionally, as I mentioned earlier, this keyboard is very bulky, but despite its bulk, it's missing media controls of any kind. Media controls aren't really necessary for a keyboard to be good, but if you're looking for them, you won't find them here. Alright, now on to scores. In aesthetic and build quality, we give this keyboard a 5 out of 10. It's merely passable and disappointing given the premium price tag. In performance, we give this keyboard a 10 out of 10. As always, Cherry MX delivers exceptional mechanical switches, and if you're looking for a silent keyboard, you'll be hard-pressed to find one better. And finally, in features, we give this keyboard a 7 out of 10. PS2 adaptability is a nice touch, however this keyboard lacks media functionality, and the annoyance of not having bumps on the F and J keys cannot be overstated. In total, Cherry MX's Board Silent receives a 7 out of 10. Hey, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, and subscribe for more content.